Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
Mercato is crazy tonight.
La 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 la. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're prepared for a Mercato session, mamma mia! In and out, we'll speak about a lot of names. We'll not speak too much about the team that I will support today. But you know that there is not a lot of hope. There is not a lot of hope. I believe that Inter will win, as I always told you. Attenzione, because I look so small. Attenzione. I wanted to start with another look. I will put myself a bit higher, and also I will adapt the camera so that we are again with a big Pepe. Ciao, people. That was for the people that sometimes are saying, Pepe, you eat too much. You should slim down a bit. I was so small, so cute. Pepe is cute. Look at that beautiful t-shirt. Ciao ragazzi! Mercato is crazy. We'll speak about in or out. Of course, you see that the background today has the color green. Why green? Why green? Forza Saudi Arabia. Hope you're all doing well. We'll speak about Mercato. Let me say hello to all the people. I already pinned some messages in the beginning for Styler Z, Stavros, Rocco Marella, Bogdan Gradistau, Omar Avia, Maharaj, that is telling us, Beppe, I will see the live later, but I hope that everyone is having a great summer, a healthy summer. Ciao Peniel, ciao Ryan, ciao Stavros again, ciao Anthony Trimboli, Forza City for today only, ciao Brandon, ciao Beppe, Forza Juve always, but I hope we do not get someone like Zaniolo or Fratesi, B-class players. Well, Brandon, you can already leave the live today, because unfortunately, we will not even speak about B-class players, but a lot of names that are probably C-class players. Because first you have the A-class. I don't even want to mention them. Then you have the B players that are probably Fresneda, Mazraoui, Pau Torres, Wahi, Carlos Augusto. And then you go to the C players. And that's what we will speak about today. C players. Names like Mazzocchi, like Orsolini, like possibly Scamacca. That could go to Roma. But what we'll do today in the session of the live, we will go to all the names that could possibly enter role by role. That's what we'll do. I have already all the names written here with the possibilities of is it possible, yes or no. And then we'll also try with the tactical pad to have a possible lineup for 23-24, an early lineup. We'll try to go for that. Ciao Nirai, Limoncello. No, today it's not Limoncello, but it's San Pellegrino Clementina. Today it's San Pellegrino Clementina. Italian sparkling drinks. We'll try. Today, San Pellegrino, if you are watching, don't forget, you can always sponsor the channel, would be nice. A bit of sponsoring for the channel. Ciao Nirai again. Robin Banks, Mercato is crazy. Beppe, you are the best. No, ciao Rui, grande Rui from Portugal. Tony, City gonna smoke Inter 3-0 easy. I don't like when we speak too much up front. I told you, Inter will win, and I will not change my mind until this evening, 11 p.m., maybe even midnight, depending what will happen in the 90 minutes. Ciao Alexander, ciao Beppe, I see that Mercato is even crazier than usual. Some people need to stop believing every news out there. I made a video about Mercato last year. It was called Mercato for Dummies, you know, like Mercato for Dummies, to understand and to survive Mercato, because Mercato is crazy. It's always crazy. You know, last year when I did Mercato is crazy, people were thinking in the word crazy something only 100% positive, crazy names and so. No, Mercato is crazy. Crazy can also be negative, huh? Crazy can also be negative. Look. Okay, real Juventini are all about that oil money today, man. Today we are all supporting Saudi Arabia. Daniel Perrone, ciao Beppe, ciao a tutti, ciao Sam Mikalev, ciao Saif Noah, ciao Beppe and all the Juventini. Sader, ciao Majed, Forza Juve. I love to see that. It's a long time ago that I didn't see a lot of Forza Juve in the channel. Last time I did a video, not today, but 2 days ago, I received only insults about how dare you, Beppe, to say that you will continue to watch and to support Juventus. Ragazzi, how dare I, mamma mia. Beppe, you're paid by the club to tell us, to sell us things. No, everyone is doing whatever they want, ragazzi. Everyone is doing whatever they want. I said it also explicitly in the video. Ragazzi, do whatever you want. I don't care. I prefer that you watch Juve. If you don't want to Juve, it is what it is. You decide. Anyway, Forza C players. Ciao Thomas, grande, Andre. Ciao Beppe, ciao the chat. Can we start with the names? Ciao Giancarlo, ciao Beppe. Now that people are starting to enter, first of all, let me say thank you to Mighty Mazzarese, 17 months on the channel. Ciao Beppe, glad to be on live again. I'm happy you are here. Okay, can we start? I think it's time to start, huh? 39 likes, it's not enough. We have to go at least until 50, or we don't start with the names. San Pellegrino Clementina. Let's try. Never tried it, huh? Never tried it. We'll try live. While the people, at least they put a maximum of like 50, or we don't start with the names. Let's try. Ciao Stefania. Ok ragazzi, and then you will speak about Mercato. When you smell San Pellegrino Clementina, just smelling, without tasting, it smells like a medicine when I was a child. I don't know if you know. There was a medicine that you had to put in your mouth. It was specially made for kids so that it was easy to take and not to do blah. Just the smelling. Then when you taste the first time, you're expecting, because it's written Italian sparkling drinks, that you will do like. Actually not. The sparkling level is at. The sparkling level is at 4 on 10. It's not really sparkling, but it's a bit sparkling, so it's like 4 on 10 on terms of pour of the sparkling. Then the taste is the taste is clementine, ragazzi. Clementine, but mixed with a bit of medicine. Strange. How much do I give it? Is it really refreshing? Yes, when it's cold, it's refreshing, but then you still are thirsty. So it's not really something that you drink and then you are not thirsty anymore. Boo. Will I buy it again? Yeah, but it will not be my favorite drink. Anyway, 122 people, 57 likes for me judging the San Pellegrino. Okay, this one was inside, not outside. Lucky for you guys. No, because you have the sensation that you want to blurp, but then it's okay. It's okay, ragazzi. Mahmoud is saying, I can see Mercato is interesting. Well, I didn't want to speak too much about Mercato right now, because the first thing that you need to know is tutti hanno un prezzo. Juventus, they all have a price tag. Here they are speaking about Dusan Vlahovic, 80 million euro is the price tag to sell him. Federico Chiesa, 70 million euro to sell him. Bremer, 60 million euro to sell him. Szczesny, 20 million euro to sell him. It's not all, because the big thing and big important is the title. Juve, they all have a price tag. Everyone is at risk of being sold. Gazzetta dello Sport, Juve, you need 100 million euro. But here you are speaking about something totally different, because if you are looking with the zoom, they are saying 70 million Vlahovic, so he already lost 10 million somewhere. If you are looking at Tuttosport, 80 million, 70 million for Gazzetta, you know. Then they are saying Chiesa has a value of 40 million euro, while Tuttosport is going with 70 million euro. Guys, here you are already lost 40 million euro between the 10 of Dusan and 30 of Federico. That's already 40 million that you're losing. That's what they are saying. Then they are giving us kind of plans, plan E, plan B, plan C of all the players that we can potentially lose. Now that I told you, are they right, are they wrong, are they exaggerating or whatever, I will try to tell you what I know about what I heard about Juve Mercato exit before going in roll by roll all the people that will arrive or can possibly arrive. But first of all, let me say thank you to Don Simon 82, Don Simon 82, well, probably 1 year younger as me because I'm from 81. Welcome, thank you, grazie for being a GJust supporter, really appreciate it, my friend. Okay, so Mercato, what is right, what is wrong, because Andre is saying it's all just clickbait. Of course, when you are speaking about Mercato, you always have to filter. Until today, I heard, and I didn't even take all of them, but I heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I believe 21 name in entry. Impossible that Juventus will take 21 name in entry. There is one good thing. The first good news, and probably one of the only good news that you will hear today on the channel, is that finally Juventus is moving. That's important. Where in the last few weeks you heard only Juventus, Vlahovic can be sold, Vlahovic will be sold, Vlahovic already found an agreement with Bayern, Bayern is already negotiating with Juve. It was always selling, and most of the time it was Dusan Vlahovic. But you didn't really hear really concrete names, for a simple reason. Juventus was not aware of what competition they would play. Europa League, Champions League, Conference League, no European competition, or even if they would have been in Serie A. After the plea deal that we found, we know that we remain in Serie A. We know that next year we start with 0 points as all the other teams in Serie A. And we know that we are in Conference League. I read an article, I believe 2 days ago. I forget to do a video about it. But it's an important one because it's calculating how much you can earn winning the Conference League. If you go onto the final of the Conference League, you bring in 16 million euro, 1-6. If you participate to the final of Conference League, if you win it, 18 million euro, 1-8. Ragazzi, between 16-18 million euro. If you participate to the group stages of Champions League and you go through to the knockout stages, between participation, between television rights, between the stadium and tickets, you have more or less 80 million euro. 80 million without even going to the final, where you can earn a lot more. So here we are speaking about not even 20 million euro. If you have 20 and you're not even sure, because Seferin needs to decide if yes or no will have 1 year of ban. I'm not even sure if Juventus will participate or will be happy to participate in Conference League. But of course, that changed a lot of things in terms of Mercato, because now that you know that you play or conference or nothing, in terms of attraction, it's absolutely not the same. It's absolutely not the same. So you have to rework your expectation. You know that some players will ask to leave your team, and that's where we are today. That's why today they are speaking about a lot of big names potentially leaving, like Dusan Vlahovic, like Federico Chiesa, like if there is a big offer for Gleison Bremer, for Szczesny, and so on and so on. Because Scannavino, you like it or not, the video I made, but also the words he said 2 days ago, he spoke about something really, really sure. Juventus is still in a financial economical situation that is not easy, and that's why you see all these big names that are potentially on the market. We are speaking about Vlahovic, about Chiesa. Again, I told you about all these players that could potentially leave. Let me say, first of all, a happy birthday to Jesus Macia. Just wanted Beppe to wish me a happy birthday today. Let me put in big screen. My friend, Jesus Macia, my friend, happy birthday. Enjoy. It's really hot outside. There is no real Mercato talk. There is not really, or at least there is no player that we are announcing today. There is no game, so you have no chance to be really depressed. The only big news that today you saw on the Juve related side was Max Allegri potentially going to Saudi Arabia. But anyway, happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. But most of all, thank you for always be there, cheering Juventus and being really critical when you need to. Okay, ragazzi, now that I made a bit the point of why some players are on the market, I tell you what I know personally as Beppe of what I heard, speaking with some people. It's true. Everyone at Juventus is on the market except of a few players, and we are speaking about I was about to say Dani Alves, Danilo, Locatelli, Fagioli. I saw today Paul Pogba is not at risk because of the last season that he had, not really because of meritocracy, but more because still it's a player that we still believe in. From what I know, ragazzi, guys, and you know, I'm speaking about the fan. Of course, I don't start with I have sources here inside Juve. It's my words. From what I know, from investigating a bit, not even Pogba is 100% sure to stay at Juve. So whoever comes with a big offer for whatever player, we will take it into consideration, knowing that we have a lot of cards to play in exit. That means that we should stick to the initial price we ask. You can negotiate a bit if there is some future possibility to deal with a team, if there is maybe a player that they can give. Could be, for example, it will not happen. Just an example out of like this. Vlahovic to Bayern Munich. We want 80 million euro, 70 million euro. We could potentially negotiate if they give us an open door for Mazraoui. And there you can really negotiate yes or no. We go a bit lower because it's making your life a bit easy. You know? What do we know certainly today? On my list, Di Maria said already goodbye. Paredes already said goodbye. And at the moment, these are the only two players that are officially said goodbye. Rabiot. I give you the players that go out. And in the meanwhile, ciao Softic, ciao Taha, ciao to David Mihailov, ciao to Stefania Capodici, ciao to, I told you, grande, Pogba can leave, yeah, but that's what I just told, yeah. Ciao to the people that I didn't say hello at the moment, ciao Simon, ciao Mark Uno, ciao Mark 1. So, players that are leaving, Di Maria, Paredes, for sure. Rabiot received an offer, or at least will in the coming days receive an offer for the same salary at 1 more year. That's true. I'm not judging. That's true. You are the one that judge. Okay? Tell me in the chat if yes or no it's a correct decision to offer 1 more year to Adrien Rabiot at the same money, knowing that you're still having a benefit for the tax degree, for the tax law. Now, I told you, the good news, Juventus is moving, and you will hear a lot of names linked to Juve now, but I'm probably sure that you will not be happy with the names that you will hear. So Rabiot will receive an offer. Ab is saying yes, only if Allegri stays. Softic, no way. Rabiot is taking it. Look, I don't believe that Rabiot will accept. I also think, like Ab, if Allegri stays, and I'm always using the word if Allegri really stays, well, that means that he has a coach that knows how to take the max out of him, that is trusted. He defended him when he was not doing really well. So if Max stays, it could be that he says with the heart, to be sure. I want to say 1 more year, but I don't really believe that at the end he will accept. Thomas Maklov, Beppe, we need a transfer rumor log. We list every rumor with name, data, source, and when the transfer rumor closes, we calculate the percentage of true news. I predict 3-5% maximum. Yeah, if you want to help me, I already have a lot of names. I can put them somewhere and we can work on that together if you want to, Thomas. Would be really nice because there are a lot of names on my list. Huh? I would love and I would glad to see Rabiot stay. It's the message of Carlo. What else do we know in exit? Milik. What is true? What is wrong? Yesterday was the last day to actually have the option on Milik. On Marseille. 7 million euro with the money that we already paid for the loan. I believe it was 2 million. So a total of 9 million euro for Milik. Juventus at the moment they didn't sign Milik permanently. So I heard they would love to go with 1 more year on loan. They would love to have a price deduction. Ragazzi, if you have to go for a price deduction on Milik on 7 million euro, negotiating with Marseille after the last day's offer that they gave you for 2 million euro Milik for an entire season, a player that is not even super high in terms of salary, I think that is a clear message. No thank you for Milik. We observed Milik did really great in the beginning of the season. Then we are still scared for the injury he had, and after that injury didn't really come back. That's a bit about Milik. The truth is Juventus at the moment, black and white, they didn't go to Marseille say, okay, here is 7 million. So we don't know. I believe it's a bit, I understand that. I understand that you are negotiating. Look, with Morata, for example, it was like 35 million euro or 30 million for the after the 2 years of loan to Atletico Madrid. I can understand you're not 100% convinced. It's a high price. You can even try. Then if it's not working, he goes back. For 7 million euro, ragazzi, it's a clear message. We are not 100% convinced. So if you are not 100% convinced, stop, and we don't continue. What else? I have some names here. Dusan Vlahovic, 7.5 million salary net. Federico Chiesa, 5 million salary net. Szczesny, 6.5 salary net. Bonucci, 6 million net. Soule, not a lot in terms of salary. I believe it's not even 1 million euro net. I believe it was not even extended to a pro contract yet. So I believe it's like 350,000 on a year. Alexandro, 6 million euro net. Rugani, 4 million euro net. Paul Pogba, 8 million euro net. All of these, of course, are you have to multiply by 2 if there is no tax law degree, and if you don't calculate the bonuses. Well, if you're looking at all these salary, like Softic is saying, salary list is depressing, plus the one of Di Maria, 6, Paredes, 7, Rabiot, 7.5, Milik was at 3.5, it was quite okay, but you see a real line on all the names that can possibly really leave Juve, because I tell you, Bonucci, I would not put my hands on fire that he stays 1 more year. He repeated multiple times on the last video of the 500 appearances that he would stay at Juve, but I would not go 100% that he stays. The last game with him hugging Chiesa, being subbed off at 1 minute against Udinese, for me it looked like there are possibilities that we saw last time Leonardo Bonucci with Juve. But there is one line that is the same. Juventus wants to cut a lot of big salaries. It's not that we want to sell Chiesa. It's not that we want to sell Vlahovic. It's not that we want to sell any of these players. Probably Alexandro, yes. But it's just that if we can cut costs in players that at the end they were here this year and they didn't perform as we were expecting, well, we can do it. Bonucci is a high salary. The last year of contract. Look, if Bonucci could leave to MLS with his buddy Chiellini, or going to Messi or whatever, look, why not? Why not? Of course, these were old contracts. It's Paratici, yes, but I will also say it's not only Paratici, it's a pre-COVID situation of a lot of these contract situation, where today it's easy to say it's out of proportion. Juventus has the biggest salary in Italy. If they have the biggest salary in Italy, that means that they have to win because they are stronger than all the other one. Yes and no. Yes, on paper, but all these the big contract were done before COVID. While you see a lot of other teams that they did after COVID situation with lower contract. When you are seeing a lot of new players, they probably receive a lot less money. But anyway, it's true. From what I know, everyone is on the market except of a few players. Fagioli, Locatelli, Danilo. Why these three? Ragazzi, if you are thinking about it, the three players are probably the one that never give up. And a Gatti. But probably these players are the one that even in difficult situation, they really cared. Not that the other one didn't care, but they really cared about Juve, and they have put Juve up front of every single situation. What were the real first messages on Instagram that you saw from really the players that are telling, yes, it was a difficult situation, we stick together, blah, 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 blah. Gattone, like Nira is saying. Locatelli. Fagioli, today, if I'm not wrong. I believe Danilo. I'm not sure about Danilo. Guys, before I say stupid things, let me check. Maybe you know better than me because I'm not always on Instagram. Let me check for Danilo before I say something. I will just first go on the profile, otherwise you will see all the people that I follow on Instagram, and you know that hey, he's here. Is it the last post? 3 days ago. What did he say, Danilo? Let me check. I have to put it bigger. There is nothing. There is no message here. Giving up is not an option. No, he didn't really do a goodbye message at the moment. No. At least not that I know. Not that I'm aware of. So except of that, it's Locatelli, Gatti, and Fagioli. These are the guys. Grande. Well done, ragazzi. Now, Andre saying Danilo doesn't need words. He showed it on the field. Well, this is what I was about to tell you. Some players like that. I want Parisi from Empoli. Can we go to the Mercato in? Or do you want to give me a bit of options? Do you want to give me opinion? Sorry. A bit of opinion about all the players that could potentially leave. Well, I told you everyone, nearly. Rugani, Bonucci, Alexandro. Some rumors about these players. Alexandro could possibly go to Galatasaray. There is an inquiry. There is a request of Galatasaray. Juventus would leave them for free. They don't even want to sell him. He has 1 more year of contract now, apparently. Even if it has never been confirmed. But he could go to Galatasaray and Juventus would not even negotiate. It's just him and Galatasaray that needs to find an agreement. For Soulé, it's true that I heard that apparently he's looking for a team that can give him more time of play. Could be on loan, could be being sold. He was not happy enough with his playing time, and I can understand him. Dusan Vlahovic, we know it, Bayern, Chelsea, not Real Madrid that much, because even if Benzema left, they are looking for other kind of profile. Szczesny apparently has been renewed. Well, Szczesny could potentially be sold. I will tell you the names that we are looking for as goalkeepers. Szczesny could be sold for what we saw here, between 10 million, 20 million euro. You can see it clearly here. Why? Because he has a really high salary. Because we are thinking that playing or Conference League or no European competition at all, we can go with Perin or with other names that we will talk about in a second. Galatasaray will never deal with us again if they took him. Imagine how much they would hate us. But ragazzi, Alexandre, they know the player. If they want Alexandre, it means that they believe that they can go for it. Look, Kulusevski at the moment has not officially been renewed by Tottenham. Tottenham is doing a bit the same thing as what Juventus did last year with Morata. That means, okay, we have an agreement to pay 30 million euro and it's ours, but we want to negotiate. Because, you know, that Atletico Madrid didn't really wanted him, or at least that's what we believed. And you go and you tried your chance to go lower. We had an agreement with Tottenham for having a 35 million euro. Now that I believe in a few days that the loan option to buy will be over, they will come back to Juve saying we want to sign him for less. Give us less money because we are not in Champions League. So Juventus can say yes, Juventus can say no. What is annoying, of course, is that the 35 million euro plus loan, I believe we arrive at 44 million euro, were already set up when he had 2 more years of contract. If he comes back, I believe he has 1 more year of contract. McKennie as well. So there are players that the value on the market is really cheaper. So it will be tough for Juve to deal with these exits. I believe you will find an agreement. But I believe that these players like Zakaria, but Zakaria is an easy one, huh? Except of Zakaria, but if you're speaking about Kulusevski, McKennie and so on, these players you could probably lose a bit of money. Arthur, you will lose a lot, if not every single money that is still on the books on. So you will do minus valenza. That's a new word that you don't know. You have plus valenza, profit gain, and you have minus valenza, profit loss. So here you can have a profit loss on Arthur, and that's why you have to be really strong in being able to sell. We know it. Juventus has never been great in selling. They have always been a selling club, but never been a great one in selling, or at least in the condition that they wanted. I hope that Manna can do it. Isn't it worrying seeing how many wingers are fading at Juventus, and most of them under Allegri? Not only under Allegri, you know, I always said it here, the big mistake that Juventus always did, and I heard it on another channel as well, I don't remember which one, but it's something that I always said since 3 years that I have the channel. Probably Juventus, they always forgot that they had a coach, or at least they didn't pay attention to the next coach that was arriving, because the problem that they did was signing players for a coach that would not be there when the player arrived. We know it all. Arthur arrived for Sarri, but when Arthur arrived, it was Pirlo. Pirlo hated Arthur, but really seriously, hated, not as a person, of course, but way of playing was absolutely not Pirlo. Then you sign a player, is coming for Pirlo, and it's Allegri that needs to coach him. And that has always been a big problem for Juve, signing players in the last years for Locatelli. Locatelli is a Pirlo player, and you give him to Allegri. Locatelli is a two-man midfield, where he's really the best, like we saw him at Sassuolo, and then you give him to someone that is playing with 3 in the midfield. So I believe that, and Sarri, and Pirlo, but also Allegri, if we have to defend the 3 coaches on one thing, is that until today, Mercato has not really been done for them. Maybe we can speak about a Mercato that was done for Max Allegri this season. Not with A plans, but it's true that if you are looking at the Pogba, Di Maria, Paredes, even Milik, for the very first time, I believe that we went into the let's go for Allegri type of Mercato, which I believe that in a way you need to also think about the coach that you have. Not entirely, because if the coach is leaving, then you have players and you don't know what to do with it. But you have to find a kind of agreement. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off this time. But that's another story. So who can potentially arrive? Do we start with the goalkeepers? Lenny, Beppe, talk to San Pellegrino. We put them in our jersey, bring in some cash. We need some cash for the channel. Minus Valenza plus 10 points. Grande Jim. Die City Mariano. I would be happy to see Rabiot go. He had a contract here. His contract was at his end, so he played hard. I don't believe, you know, Half-Life, or maybe you don't know, but I always said that I don't believe in these kind of fairy tales, that the player is playing only for his contract year. But anyway, if we because it's not NBA here, it's football, so I don't believe in it, but If we give him 1 more year, it will again be 1 year of contract, so it will be again at the end of his contract, so he will do again well. If we believe in that fairy tale. Now, what are the names of the Mercato? What are the names? Casadei Beppe, great Italian player. Yeah, Chelsea bought him for 20 million euro and they loaned him out to Reading. He's a fantastic player. It's correct. Especially now with the under 20. But Casadei is not on my list. I said Italjuve because Juventus is looking for a lot of Italian players. We said it so many times. Juventus wants a bit more Italian players. What we did in 2011, 2012, the team that was not really a winning team on paper. It's true, it was with Antonio Conte. With a new stadium, with supporters, you had all the stars aligned so that it was really a perfect season, but nobody was believing that Juventus could win. It was not even the plan. The plan was that Juventus would have been able to win in 3 years with the team that we had and step by step reinforcing it. Well, not financial situation, that is an easy one. With everything out of European competition and so on, we go to a Mercato that could see more Italian players because that's actually what we can offer to ourselves. Italian players or young players from Serie A that didn't really explode yet. Goalkeepers. That's something I like. There are 2 names of goalkeepers. Carnesecchi and Vicario. 2 names. Now the question, before we go to the other one. Both of are right, huh? Ragazzi, what I'm telling you, both names are linked to Juve. There is some interest of Juve, we know it, for a simple reason. Carnesecchi is younger than Vicario, but those 2 teams, and I believe that Vicario is a step ahead of Carnesecchi in terms of value of goalkeeper, but both of them could go to Juve to play that first spot. Maybe a transitional year as second goalkeeper with a promotion of Perin for a simple reason. You can possibly cash in a bit, not too much, but a bit, but everything in profit with Szczesny and you will save a big salary. If you're not playing big competition in Europe and you focus only in Italy, I believe that that's a smart one. Would you do it, yes or no? Szczesny, if selling and taking Vicario or Carnesecchi. Carnesecchi is from Atalanta. What are the rumors at the moment that Juventus would even be able to loan out 1 year on loan Miretti to Atalanta to have a discount on the price of Carnesecchi. On Vicario, I didn't really hear concretely what the offers are, what the asking price are, but I know that maybe it's time for him to leave his current team. People are saying yes, yes, yes. So Ab, Stavros, Alexandre saving money and promoting Perin. I'm in on that. Sebi, yes. Haitam, yes, yes. For Andre, I don't think Carnesecchi is the real deal, but we can try. Dan Avola, 100% no doubt. We are one of the lucky clubs to have a second goalkeeper like Perin, who could be many choice. Okay, so here we go. Let me put already the tactical pad here on that page. 1 second. We will build a team of Juve, ragazzi, now, right, live. Okay. I already made the team, so let me put it out. I need to change all the names. So, first goalkeeper next year, because you know it at Juventus, it's always like that. It's one goalkeeper. Is Perin. Perin, goalkeeper of Juve as a starting goalkeeper next season. With or Carnesecchi or Vicario as second goalkeeper. And here, I believe we are set. What are the names for the defense? I told you, possibly Bonucci can leave. Even Rugani could possibly leave. Who are the players that will come or can come back or can be promoted? Well, Cambiaso will come back. He's a left winger, left back, but also a right winger, right back. So really, he will stay. From Bologna, I know that Thiago Motta would have loved to continue with him, but he will come back. Skriniar is not an option, Ron. No, it's not an option. Lucas Vazquez is a name that I believe is more linked to Juve. Like, okay, I'm not happy to leave from Real Madrid. I understand that they don't really count on me. Let's speak about so many teams that are on me so that I receive more and more better offers. I don't believe in... I don't really believe in Vasquez. I heard about Mazzocchi, and here you have two sources. The sources that are saying, no, Mazzocchi is going nowhere, or at least he's not going to Juve. There is no interest of Juve. And then I see other things, other papers are saying Mazzocchi is really an interest of Juve. Look, a Mazzocchi could be an interesting right winger. I heard also the names of Hulm and also of another one on the right. Oh, I forgot. Mamma mia, it's a name that I didn't put on my paper. Help me, ragazzi. Help me. It's not Singo. Grande. It's not. No. It's not Fresneda. Update on Fresneda. Dortmund. That close to Dortmund. Yes, it's Singo. Grande, ragazzi. So Singo. What are the real alternatives? You have three names for the right side of the field. You have not Vasquez. I don't believe in it. Or I believe the name is there, yes, but I don't really believe an interest of Juve really concrete. But you have Mazzocchi, Hulm, Singo with Cambiaso for the left. Okay? That's it. That's it. At the moment, that's it. I don't know which player you can go for. For Singo, there is already a price tag. They know it. He will leave. It's between 11-15 million euro. We all know it's a player that should possibly leave. Juventus is on the player. I like Singo. This season has been a bit less good than the year before. Mazzocchi is good. He already said goodbye to his teammates of Salernitana. Really strange because he has like 2 more years of contract. But it's really strange because he already said goodbye without being bought by someone. So I don't understand. Aldo, that's always the problem. 11-15 is 25 for Juve. But they are not in Europe, Torino, so it could also make it a bit easier. Okay, if we start with the first names. Let's say that Cambiaso go on the left. Where is Cambiaso? Cambiaso go on the left. I believe that the center of the defense next year could possibly be a four-man defense. I really believe in a four-man defense next year. I think it would be more logic to play with three. But if I see the names a bit, we go towards a four-man defense. Bremer, I believe that Danilo will be now definitely a center back. And then who do we put on the right? Do you want to go with Mazzocchi? If you want to go with Mazzocchi, you have Mazzocchi in a four-man defense. That's the defense of Juve for next season. I believe in a promotion of Huysen and a Gatti that will be really involved. I don't believe in Gatti, a starter in a four-man defense. If we play with three, yes. In a four-man defense, I don't think so. Why? Because Gatti, I didn't really see him playing on the left. I see him playing a lot of time on the right. So Bremer, we all know, and that's one of the problems. Bremer, if he plays here, is really, really in difficulty. But really in difficulty. It's not natural for him. He has really a lot of problem. And that's why, ragazzi, when they are telling us that Bremer could potentially be on the market, and I will show you again here, I would not be 100% sure that Bremer stays at Juve. Because we all saw the difficulties of Bremer in a four-man defense. So I am not sure. Or you go with a three-man defense. Huh? If you go with a three-man defense, then you have your defense already here. Huh? And then you have Gatti. And that's your defense for next year. 3-man defense. And then you can you don't need Cambiaso, or you don't need Mazzocchi, and instead you play Cambiaso here on the right side with Kostic here, and you play with again a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. Could be, 3-4-3 probably is a bit exaggerated. And I believe sincerely that this is, according to me, the real difficulty on how you do the Mercato for Juve with all the names that I heard. That's really a difficulty for me. What do you do? Because you have a Bremer that can't really play, especially not in a 4-man defense on the left. On the right, why not? On the left, difficult. But I don't believe, with the step that we made to also already say we don't know about Super League anymore, I don't really believe that there would be a lot of things. But you need to build your team around, what do you do? 3 or 4-man defense. What do you do? Because if you play with 3, ragazzi, if you play with 3 men, you have beautiful names here. You have really beautiful names. Wait, where are they? You have a Huijsen that can play here. You have, but Huijsen is great, to be the rotational player of a Danilo on the left side. You have in the middle, or you can go, if you don't sell him, if you're not able to sell him, you have a Rugani here, possibly, and you have I don't know who here. If you're not able to sell Bonucci, you go with here. You see, with a promotion of Huijsen. Or you go with 4 and you oblige Bremer, but from what I saw, it's difficult. Conny de Winter, I don't know if he will stay at Juve. I don't know if he will stay at Juve. So that's the big deal. So let's go with at the moment. Look, if you go with 3, you have Bonucci, you have Rugani. But we said that we potentially see them out. So if you do this with Cambiaso, with a Mazzocchi, you have the first alternative, let's put him here, that is Gatti, that can play instead of Bremer. If you can go with 3 men, with 4 men, but that's how you have to work for it. And then you have possibly a Huijsen as well here, which is already, I know, I see Borna is saying, "Mamma mia, what a disaster!" But I always told you, what are you expecting? Don't expect too much. It will be tough. It will be really, really tough, really tough. Now, if you have that, we go to the other names. Midfield. On the midfield, you have Rovella, that is sure to come back. You have, and I believe that he will stay. Apparently, there was already a meeting. He will stay. Fratesi, unfortunately, why am I saying, and why am I really saying unfortunately? Fratesi is the player that could potentially be your key name for the Mercato next season. You see it here. Fratesi alla Juve. The last rumors are saying that Fratesi already said yes to Juve. They found an agreement. Now you have to convince Sassuolo, because Inter is on the player. Milan asked for the player. Roma is back on the player. Ex-team of Fratesi. We know it. So, here you have a Fratesi, unfortunately, that could potentially be your top transfer of 23-24. Look, if we go towards a midfield of 3 men, I would put, let's say that we really go with Fratesi. I'm trying to find him. No, sorry. Rovella. I will take back Huijsen now and Gatti. Rovella. Fagioli stays. We said it. Fagioli. Where is Fagioli? And he loves to play on the right side of the field. You have a Locatelli. Where is Fratesi? I don't know where I put Fratesi, guys. Milik, Yildiz, Mazzocchi, Scamacca, Orsolini. I didn't put Fratesi. Let me add him. Let me add Fratesi. I was sure I had added him, but anyway. Fratesi, because you know it, you need 6 players, huh? Fratesi could be here. You have in the middle. You have at the moment a Pogba, or is Pogba? And you have a Miretti. With Locatelli that could possibly be here, and you have a Miretti that could be here. This can be the 6 midfielders of Juve. Nah, McKennie will leave, guys. McKennie will leave. What are the other names except of Fratesi? Cope Manners. I like Cope Manners. I really like Cope Manners. But seriously, Cope Manners is a great player. But it's not N. There are really some interest of Juve for Cope Manners. 25 years old, left foot player, midfield. He can play as a defensive midfield. He can play as a central midfielder. I like Aldo as well. Cope Manners is a fantastic name. Of course, Mark is saying also that the value of Cope Manners, especially with that the last game where he did 1 assist and a hat-trick, not creative, is true. But I heard another name. I heard the name of Baldanzi. Do you know about Baldanzi, ragazzi? Baldanzi is a player 20 years old from Empoli. Baldanzi is a real number 10. He's a real creative midfielder. Of course, you change everything in way of playing. Then you play probably you know how you play with Baldanzi? I will show you. You play like this with Baldanzi. You play with, and that makes sense as well. You play with Locatelli, Fratesi, and you play with I can't add anymore. Wait, I will change who here. And you play with Baldanzi. Like this. And then you play with... Look at the team that we are building today. We're having fun. Ealing Jr. here. But then you need to sell a lot of midfielders. In fact, Jolly would not be a starter. But anyway, you can always change. But Locatelli would come to his right. 4-2. We need to find some pieces here, yeah. Now, Casade is not possible. Stop dreaming. But Baldanzi is strong, Baldanzi is really strong. Then you go for 2 more names, At the moment, you have not a lot of people here. Wait, it's not over. Baldanzi, I told you. There are some interest of Juve, but I believe it's really shy interest, like maybe. But if you're going with Baldanzi, who is at Empoli at the moment? Connie de Winter. Does he want to stay at Empoli? Is there a card that we can play with Empoli, with Connie de Winter? Can we loan out a few players like Soule? Do you remember that Empoli inquired about Soule in the winter? They asked for Soule on loan. Soule to Empoli. Connie de Winter to Empoli. We take Baldanzi. First team, MK, first team, not next gen, first team. You see? This is all the things. I tell you, the first thing that you have to do is 4 or 3 man defense. That will be crucial for Juve. Crucial for Juve. Then, what about the wings? Well, we have some names. Orsolini, Weah, Gnonto, Zaniolo, Milinkovic-Savic. I don't speak about strikers yet. But at the moment we have Carnesecchi, is a name linked to Juve, is Italian. Vicario, Italian. Cambiaso, Italian. Mazzocchi, Italian. Hulm and Singo from Serie A. I don't put them in Italian, but they are already known about Serie A. Fratesi, Rovella, Baldanzi, Orsolini, Gnonto, Zaniolo, it's already 10. Scamacca, 11. Only Italian names. The only one that I didn't mention here are Milinkovic-Savic. Sorry, I forgot to mention Milinkovic-Savic for the midfield, but you know it's difficult, huh? Difficult, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, I always told you. Apparently there is a price set of 35 million euro. I don't know. I think it's over for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, but then you never know. Orsolini could be a comeback. You know that back then in the time I wanted Orsolini over Chiesa. Then Chiesa showed the class he had. Orsolini showed some games that he was a good player, a strong player. I'm not 100% convinced today. Of course, if he joins, I will be happy because I had a video of 2 years ago, of 3 years ago, where I said I love Orsolini and I believe in him. Yildiz will be promoted to the next gen team. He's 17 or 18 now. 18. He will be promoted with the first team and probably will see some appearances, and then it depends on him what he will do. Weah, I'm not convinced. If you're looking at Timothy Weah from Lille, on the stats of Weah are not fantastic, Are not fantastic. I will show you the stats of Timothy Weah. Then stats do not mean everything, but if you're looking at, I saw him with in the World Cup. I observed him. Look at the stats, guys. This season he didn't score any goal, 0 in 32 apps. Last season, 21-22, he scored 3 goals in Liga, and that's it. The season before, 2021, 3 goals in Liga and 2 in Europa League. Then when he was at Celtic, he didn't score a lot, So really, he's not there. He's not really scoring a lot. I like Weah, the father, George. I would not go for Timothy. Then still young, 23, not huge in terms of the request. There are requests of 10 million euros, something like that, 10, 12, but it depends. He plays different position. He plays right back, yes, but the most of the time he's playing right up. So I'm not convinced, except I don't know you, but I would not go for Weah. Gnonto is a possibility. Because Gnonto is from Leeds, that is relegated. There are already some talks about Weston McKennie, so they know each other, but he's playing on the left. He can also possibly play on the right. It's a player that is a left, he's left winger, right foot player. If it's like Chiesa, that he can play on both sides, why not? But then you see that clearly, depending now, especially now after the injury break, Chiesa prefers to be on the left. On the left you have Kostic, you have Ealing Jr. Yeah, if you can adapt him on the right side of the field, why not? or you have to sell Kostic and you play a 3-4-3, and then you have Gnonto and Ealing on the left. It's difficult. It's really difficult to do Mercato, but I'm telling you the names that at the moment are circulating. And then you have Orsolini. Let's say that the easy option for Juve would be today Orsolini. This is what is at the moment. It's not realistic. And Baldanzi, let's take him away. It's more realistic what I was telling you, like this, with a Rovella here. Finally, Locatelli has a mezzala. Or Locatelli, that is an all-rounder with Pogba here. And then we need one name more, because there is still a Zaniolo. I have a big question for you. What is the situation, Zaniolo? And then I will read the chat of Franco. What is the situation of Zaniolo? Zaniolo wants to come back to Italy. Okay, that's a fact. He wants to come back. He has a clause of 30 million euro. 35 million euro. Not exactly. Let me check my 30 million euro clause. He could or negotiate with you, with Galatasaray, and come a bit less, like 25 million euro for Zaniolo. Or you can ask him on loan, could potentially be, because the player, I'm sure that when he went to Galatasaray, he said probably, guys, I stay with you, but if Juve calls, I go to Juve. Probably. That's what I believe they said also in contract and so on. A player that is growing again at Galatasaray. Would you go for him? That's the big question. Would you go for Zaniolo at whatever loan or so? I will put like this: Zaniolo or Orsolini. Pick one. You decide, guys, and then we will add him, or Zaniolo or Orsolini. Aldo already decided. I would take Zaniolo before Orsolino, who isn't even a guaranteed starter at Bologna. You can see Beppe struggling to find reason to go for him. But I like Zaniolo, and I'm sure he's a good player. But, you know, it's like a Balotelli. Balotelli was much stronger than Zaniolo, But a Balotelli that, you know, and then he flops. And you believe, and then he flops. Zaniolo, you know, you give a chance, and then he flops. I don't know. I'm not sure. I still don't know what is the real position of Zaniolo, which doesn't help. Thank you, Franco. Grande Franco. Beppe, it just occurred me. What if our coach tries totally new position for some players, purely for lack of options? Any ideas? What are the positions that you can change? Bremer in a 4-man defense. Locatelli already played all the positions. He played as a mezzala on the left, on the right. He played in a 2-man midfield. He played as a regista. Chiesa played on the left, on the right. He played as a second striker. Then I believe that we can count on some players depending how many midfielder we will sell or we will loan out. We can count also on Joseph Nongue, for example, from the next gen. From the under 19 that will be promoted to the next gen. There are some good players. 3-man defense, 4-man defense, Danilo. I believe that we already played all of the players in all positions. More than that, I don't know. But I would love that I know today that we have a player that has a fixed position. That's what I would love to. Attenzione, because I forgot one. Thank you to Saif to remind me. Saif with a message, because he became a member of the channel for, let me put it bigger so that I see it, for 15 months. Do you have hope for Doku? So good. Jeremy Doku is a fantastic player. Fantastic player. The problem is, would you bring in Doku if you see this? And I know, if you see this, fantastic player. I'm in love with Frederic Chiesa. Jeremy Doku, I'm in love with him, especially, you know, when he played that game versus Italy. He was just fantastic. But he's really injury prone. He's really injury prone. Jimmy saying injury all the time. This season 11 games, but it's, you know, it's like 4 games here, 5 games there, 12. The season before it was total disaster, huh? In 21-22, like 9 plus 6 is 15, that's 20. 30 games he missed. If you tell me he's again 100% fit and we have no worries about his physical condition, I would love to. But honestly, I didn't see a lot of rumors about Doku, because that's why also today I'm not going with all the names of the world of I like, I don't like. It's more like who has been linked with Juve. And Doku, yeah, maybe I heard one time the name Doku linked to Juve, but not really that much. Not really that much. Indeed, a lot of injury for a 21 years old. So Juve get a right back and move Cuadrado forward. Well, I tell you, it's true, Louis, that when I see what I did with my calculation about the name that I had, I have put Cuadrado as a joker, as a right back, but most of the time no. But more of the time actually on the right side up front, because you lose Soulé, you lose Di Maria. We spoke about Chiesa that could possibly leave, so I have put Cuadrado as a joker there. So people, after 100 votes, you have voted for Zaniolo on the right. So we put Zaniolo instead of Orsolini. Again, guys, it's a game, it's a game, but you have put Zaniolo. So let me change here. Orsolini out, and we put Zaniolo. And then the big question is up front. At the moment, well, Milik is not there. Vlahovic is on the market. Well, we could have seen that team. That's a possible team for Juve in one competition only. Only mediocre players are being linked to Juve. We need Savic. But ragazzi, I tell you since 3 months, I don't say accept it, but I'm telling you, it will be a reality. Without Champions League, with already a team in financial difficulty, and then you have Scanavino that, except of Allegri, that he can even lie or not. But one thing is sure, he's not lying about the financial situation of the club. He's not lying about the messages he's giving to the supporters. He's telling you one thing, clear: keep the feet on the ground. This can possibly be, of course, that will not be 100% the team of Juve next year. Don't forget, you have a Pogba. Let's try to put him here. I forgot to change. Wait. Let me change here. Let's say you go with a Carne Secchi for one reason. Because Vicario, he would love to play immediately. So let's say you play with Carne Secchi. No, mamma mia. I need to change the head of... But anyway, let's say it's Carne Secchi, okay? Okay, here. Okay, you have Carne Secchi. You promote Huijsen. Okay? You have Gatti. With Bremer here. Here you're short, you have a De Sciglio from January because I'm not even sure. You have a Cuadrado that can play here with Zaniolo. You need another striker. I heard about a return of Morata or a comeback of Scamacca, but Scamacca has been linked to Roma with more insistence after the injury of Tammy Abraham. Here you have Kostic with Ealing. You have Pogba, where is Pogba? You have Pogba. You have Miretti. Where is Fagioli? I didn't even put Fagioli. Look. It's a bit confusion, huh? But are you able to see a bit what I'm showing you? We need another striker. We need another striker. No, guys. Is this team able to play for one competition only? I told you, the difficulty is really here. In that case, guys, in that case, you know what you have to do? And then I understand why you keep Alexandro. And you keep De Sciglio. Where is De Sciglio? De Sciglio. Who are your new entry? Cambiaso. Promotion of Huizen. Rovella comeback. Fratesi is the star player that you signed from Italy. You have a Mazzocchi or a Singo. And then Zaniolo, that is your other top signing. Who do you sell here? Well, you stop with Bonucci and Rugani. You stop with Chiesa. You stop with Vlahovic. You stop with Chesney. Again, this is not what I want. I would love to be here and telling you we sign Carlos Augusto that goes apparently really close to Inter. Pau Torres. Apparently they're saying Pau Torres is still alive. He's still alive. Not alive in a person, but alive with Juve. I would love to tell you a new name like Wahi. Look, Wahi is a player that triggers me. Do we want to put Wahi? We can put Wahi instead of Scamacca, because apparently Scamacca is going to Roma. Do we want to put Wahi? Hey, you have Wahi. Zakaria could stay, but I believe he will be sold. I know, I told you, you would not be happy. Ryan, who is Wahi? 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 Good question. Wahi is a player from, he's playing in France at Montpellier. I show you the stats of Wahi. Wait. Elie Wahi. 33 games, 19 goals this season with Montpellier, 6 assists. He can play on the left, on the right as winger, but especially as a center forward. I saw some clips of him. It's not bad, It's not bad at all. Nirai, why me? No, it's Wahi, not Mahi. It's Wahi. Openda, good player, but no chance that he will come to Juve. No chance, no. I believe they go in Champions League, Lens. Yeah, they go in Champions League. So why should this, not go in Champions League with Lens or another team that can go in Champions League and going to Juve? Yeah, ragazzi, it's again, it's not the team that I want. It's not the name that I would love to share with you. Mariano is saying 100 year of Agnelli family. What a team. Okay, serious talk. It's okay. Let's be honest. It's not what we want. It's not what we dream out. It's probably also not even the team that it will be at the end of the season. But we heard it, feet on the ground. We have to rebuild. We have to start. We have to find what we have with the tools that we have, with the financial possibilities that we have. What do you think about a Mercato like that to start rebuilding? I know you will talk about Allegri, and probably correct to talk about Allegri. But can that team do something in Serie A? Can that team be the first team that can then start again, build Serie A? Is that the right start vision to go with names like, again, I will repeat all of you, the names that are linked to Juve. Carnesecchi or Vicario. Then you have Cambiaso, Mazzocchi, Vasquez, I don't believe. Herm, Singo, Fratesi, Cope Manners, Rovella, Baldanzi, Orsolini, Weah, Gnonto, Zaniolo, eventually Milinkovic-Savic, but Scamacca, Morata, Wahi, you know. I told you in the beginning, it's not B players, it's not A players, it's not B players, it's probably C players, not third division. When I'm saying C players, is the third choice. And Mariano is saying this team need a motivator on the bench. Yeah. Young, hungry, and fast. Look, there is one thing that I didn't mention, but I want to be really honest with you. I heard for the very first time a manager of Juve, since years, saying we need to improve our game. For the very first time in years, I heard a manager of Juve speaking about game, on the field performances. He didn't speak about 4-3-3, whatever. He said the game, the way of playing. We understood that we could have done better. We understand that we don't have a really great game at the moment. We need to improve our game. I don't say that it will improve. I don't know if it will improve or not. But at least I heard for the very first time, we need to improve our game. I prefer that you sign Gundogan. I would love to sign Gundogan. I would love to sign Mazraoui on the right side as first choice. I would even try to go with the other one from Ajax. Gravenberg. No, yeah, ex-Ajax. Gravenberg. I love Gravenberg. You know that, huh? I would love to go for the other one that is not playing at Manchester City. What's his name? The Alves. Julian Tavares. What's the name of the guy there? The one that is not playing but that is really strong. Julian Alves, huh? No? Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. This guy. I would love that Juventus is able to do it. Today, we can't. So, let's see, huh? No Morata. I don't want Morata. I don't want Scamacca neither. Let's think about other names. I don't care. Tomorrow they will speak again about Icardi. I don't want Icardi. Softic, we have unfortunately put ourselves in this situation. I agree. We have too many top earning players that are not delivering anymore. Bonucci, Alexandro, Quadrado, Szczesny are all earning top salary. And even more, as I told you earlier, even Rugani is earning a lot of money. The hope that you have with Pogba is finally he can do something this season. I don't agree with Ryan when you say we need Yildiz. I told you, I analyzed the season of Yildiz. Yildiz is the next one that will explode, but he needs still to do it. We need Yildiz? No. I believe that it would be nice to see Yildiz like we saw Ealing Jr. Would be nice. We need Yildiz? No. We need Yildiz? No. I don't agree. Yet, at the moment. Never go back to your ex. One time, sometimes, why not? But twice, it's too much. The right back, Mazzocchi, is from Salernitana. He's already 27. I would prefer to go for Herm or Singo. Showing you, for the people that do not know him, Mazzocchi, Pasquale, 27, By the way, in July he will be 28. But he did a fantastic game against Juve. I don't know if you remember. You know that famous game where they robbed us, that goal of Milik, that 3-2? At a certain moment, he's doing something that is totally fantastic. No, Mazzocchi is a good player. Nah, that's annoying me. You know what is annoying me? That I saying you today, Mazzocchi is a good player. I hate to say Mazzocchi is a good player. Because it's maybe a nice player, but it's not the player that I wanted at Juve. Then, was Lichtsteiner a top player ever? No. But Marco, go for Alphonso Davies. Go you, and you take him and you bring him here. Borna, if you ask me. I didn't ask you. No, I didn't ask you. Borna. Sorry. If you ask me. No, nobody asked you. Okay, we go. I heard Quagliarella, let's go. No, I'm joking, Borna. It was a joke. It was a joke. Of course, I will read your message, Borna. It was a joke. If you ask me, bring Singo, Fratesi, Zaniolo. It's a stupid joke. Sorry, guys. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Singo, Fratesi, Zaniolo, and possibly Empoli number 10, Baldanzi, and get rid of 7-8 players, all ones. Load out Sulen, Miretti, keep Chiesa. Singo 10, 15, let's say 15, you have the Juve tax to pay. 15 million, Fratesi 40, we are at 55, Zaniolo 30, we are at 85, Baldanzi will cost a lot, ragazzi, will cost a lot. Let me check how long, but there will be a big competition on Baldanzi. Let's check. Baldanzi has how much years of contract still? Current contract until 2027. Mamma mia. Forget about it. That's 40 million minimum. That's 40 million. You can lower. But that's 40 million. So 15 plus 40 is 55. Plus 30 it's 85. 35, let's say. So 85, that's 110. And your team is not complete. Who's that guy? Yeah, stop. Okay, speak about Kostic. I'm concerned that he is limiting us tactically. But Kostic is not limiting us. He can play. The best solution for Kostic is a 3-4-3. But he showed that he could play in a 3-5-2. He showed that he could play in a 3-5 in a 3-4-3 up front. That's the best. Now 3-4-3, the best solution is on the wing, 3-4-3. But he can also play in a 4-3-3 up front. Not ideal. He's not the tactical Ealing Junior. But ragazzi, he played 54 games this season. It's a good player. It's a solid player for 10 million euro. I would not sell Kostic except if they come with 30 million. But I don't believe he's 31, I think. No, I don't believe Kostic is a problem. Then, if you're speaking about Kostic, is he the starter, the phenomenon of Juve? Probably not. But I don't see him as the problem, personally. Yeah, that's true. It's a one-dimensional player. That I agree. He's limiting some moves. That I agree. But no. Okay, ragazzi. Now I will close the live. But question. Not what you want. What you think will happen today. Give me a prediction. What is it? Is it Manchester Inter or is it Inter Manchester? Because that's important. And if you want to know about the news about Mercato, about Allegri to Saudi Arabia, watch the video of this morning, of course. I'm trying to check. I don't know what game, how they call the game. Wait. Let me check what game it is tonight. It's Manchester City against Inter. So people are saying 2-1 for City. Grande, just football. My pleasure, Borna. 3-0 for Manchester City. Inter wins on penalty. 1-1 full time. And then what happens, happens. Inter will win. City 2-1. Inter for Ron Rusitano. City 4-0. I predict that football will lose. Manchester City. Come on, Manchester City. Manchester City. Inter. 4-1. 8-0. Pep will save us. Forza City. 3-1. 4-1. 1-0. 4-0. City. Okay, so the majority is believing, except of Stavros, that they will go 1-0 win. Robbie is going with a save 1-1-1. I told you since months, because today the season ends. For club football, the season is over today. It can't be. Can the season of Juventini be worse as it was? Yes. With Inter winning. Inter will win today. I tell you since so long. Inter will win today. With a goal of Di Marco, of Darmian. These strange goals. Di Marco, Darmian, you know, these goals. Maybe a small video after the game today. Maybe a live, who knows. I hope City wins, but I'm sure, I'm convinced, sure, that the other ones will win. We see each other or tomorrow or this evening. Thank you for all your patience. That we could speak about football today. 139 likes. I'm sure that we can do better. Let's finish at least at 140. And let me also check what we did here. Did we increase? No, not even. We just won 1 subscriber. Mamma mia. Share the channel with your family, with your friends. Tell them that they need to become Juventini. Ragazzi. We see each other later. Grazie. Forza Juve. Ciao a tutti. Ciao Lui. Ciao Forza Juve. Ciao Salif. Skyter. Nirai. Borna. Alexandre. Anthony Schifano. Mark A. Ryan S. Ciao Softy. Ciao a tutti. Grazie. Forza Juve. Ciao. 2 likes. 2 likes. 2 likes. 2 likes. More for the 150. 2 more. 2 more. We did it. And I'm happy.